Good day. Well, let's say just a good day. Welcome to a game of Dota 2 for StarLadder Season 4. We have Pulse
Behold the horn of madness.
virtus.pro.
Dire team ban.
I noticed now that apparently the sound changed for my game. Because it's very loud for me. I'm hoping it's less loud for you. And also just reminded myself that I have to turn on my in-game microphone. And let's just sound masterful. And let's
Radiant
just
team ban.
slightly so that we can hear also me, but also the game. Anyway, this is what happens when my computer gets reset. My sound settings, I don't know, my sound cards are weird. Anyway, let's just focus on the game and see what we are gonna have in store today. We have, like I said, Pulse versus virtus.pro. For these two teams, we are gonna have also some standings that you can just see before the couple picks are done. As you can see, there is no Pulse in the top 10. There are 16 teams participating for StarLadder, of course. Pulse is not in the top 10. virtus.pro is in the top 10, though not very high. They have 9 points. They have won 3 out of their 6 matches. That's not ideal. That's not ideal at all. So we're gonna see if they can get some more wins. And of course, I mean, Pulse has apparently won less games because they don't have those 9 points. And yeah, complaints about the music still. Anyway, well, I just wanted to let you see the standings. Both of these teams not very high. The total amount of games that you're gonna have to take into consideration is 15. Each team has to play 15 matches, so there's still chance to get higher up on there. But it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, especially for Pulse now that they're already quite far behind. So let's just focus on the matches instead, as we have got some ban-outs already. It's the Bedrider, Bounty Hunter, Magnus, as well as the Undying that is banned out, and the Queen of Pain as the first pickup. That is not a hero that you see picked up all that even. Not all that often, I mean. Wow.
Sven stands ready.
Yeah, that's a hero that we've seen more often.
Dire team pick.
What is it gonna be together with? Is it gonna be a Jakiro? Are they gonna be picking up a Rubik or something like that? Or maybe still they want to go for the Templar Assassin.
10 seconds remaining.
And I will just say no. There. Before okay, so as you might know, I am not the only English caster for this match. Poppy is also casting. He is on Own TV. You can check him out there. And yes, he is casting without delay. Of course, that's not supposed to be
Dire team pick.
the case. I'll tell him for next game. And we'll see if he actually changes. That's of course the question still.
Keeper of
As we have got bans going on, picks going on, so let's just focus on the game rather than that. Might I just warn you, if you do spoil the game for all the people that are watching here without watching anywhere else, I will ban you because it's just making the game to watch less fun. So it will be the Darkseer that gets picked up for Pulse together with the Keeper of the Light. That's gonna be it's going to be their lineup, or at least having already a part of a tri-lane with the Keeper of the Light there together with the Sven. Could be a dual lane, but tri-lane is a bit more logical for the Keeper of the Light. Darkseer long lane solo, or maybe perhaps they wanted to have it as an insurance for a solo mid. Just in case the Tempest hasn't got picked up by virtus.pro, but they don't do that. virtus.pro realized, okay, you know what, we have the Sven opposing us, so we have to do something again. What better way is there to just make sure that he can be put in a black hole, even if he has his BKB active, or Lifestealer that can dodge his stuns and just eat Sven up and make sure he's not affected by Sven stuns, etc., or other disables that might come up from Pulse, which for now is only the Sven Stormhammer. We have got a Templar Assassin as well as the Rubik being banned out. Jakiro also banned out for Pulse. And then we're gonna see what they are gonna be banning out next, as they have 2 more bans left. And let's see, we already know what Pulse is wanting to do about-ish with their lanes. For virtus.pro, it's also not that hard to guess. Queen of Pain probably gonna be going mid. And then we're gonna have the Enigma probably in the jungle for virtus.pro, leaving the Lifestealer on a duo or tri-lane probably. a dual lane, of course, as Jakiro,
Dire
or
team
sorry, as
ban.
Enigma's probably going to be going into the jungle. We have the Leshrac ban out by virtus.pro, and a Bane banned out by Pulse. Of course, also a hero that is just very strong in shutting down heroes that have BKBs, namely the Sven. And you want to be able to, yeah, let's just do that. You want to be able to shut that Sven down, and the disruption is the next one. That is the anti-gank, so maybe they're indeed wanting to go for dual lane and wanting to make life of the lifestealer hard, like an aggressive tri lane. Sorry, I just have the feeling that I just woke up, so I gotta get a bit in the rhythm of talking English again for some weird reason. But hopefully that will be going better in a moment. But let's see, virtus.pro, their next pick is gonna be Lina. That's something that you don't see every day combined with a lifestealer. I mean, Lina's stun will be easier if there's an open wounds active on there, of course, because you know, people are slowed, so you can stun better. But it's not the combination that you normally see with the solid stun and a follow stun from Lina with the lightning strike ray. That's just impossible to miss. The in-game sound's still too loud. Okay, I will change them. Like I said, there has been some issues with my sound card.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Turn down the sounds. There we go. This should be better. Please let me know in 2 minutes if this is indeed better. I'm gonna go into reserve time for Pulse, who still has a lot of their reserve time left. Actually, virtus.pro hasn't used anything of their reserve time yet. And virtus.pro, I mean, in a way, virtus.pro could still go for tri-lane as well, of course, with the Enigma being a long lane solo potentially. But I'm kind of expecting him to be in the jungle. We'll see how they'll do it though, depending on what they expect from their opponents as well, of course. And their opponents, which still need a long lane or a solo, and of course, yeah, they also need a support for Pulse. As in, if they're gonna go for tri-lane, unless they want to go for jungle hero and just have the Keeper of Light together with the Sven. Having said that, Keeper of Light is actually able to do quite a bit in the jungle as well. As in...
Windrunner at your service.
Oh, this is interesting. Keeper of Light can just stack up and just farm up.
Dire team pick.
Wisp. Wow. So that will mean that Enigma will be on a long lane solo, and we're gonna see a tri-lane Wisp. Oh, this is gonna be so annoying for the opponent team. Like, if you normally you can teleport 2 people, like with a Wisp and something else, you can relocate somewhere. But now you can relocate with a Wisp and a target, and then Lifestealer can jump into the Wisp or into that target to jump in a bit more. And if you combine it with the Queen of Pain, I mean, your mobility is just out of this world, and it will be very hard for Pulse to shut this down. To counter gank virtus.pro, or to be aware of that. Keeper of Light's going to be a target that's going to be very susceptible to ganks if he is not around the rest of his team. We're going to have a Windrunner picked up by Pulse, by the way, so that is indicating that Windrunner is going to be on the mid lane with the Darkseer in the long lane long lane solo. And it will be the Witch Doctor that will be picked up here. Witch Doctor is a port that we don't see all that often. Combined with the Sven might be strong. I am really not sure how they're gonna lane it. Or, well, I think you know how they're gonna lane this, but I'm kind of hoping secretly that they're gonna go for an aggressive tri-lane, or at least one of the 2 teams. It just makes the early game a bit more interesting at that. As I just switch overlay. So let's see what these 2 teams are gonna have, how they are gonna be laning this, and what items they have on their
for
Sven.
battle.
Look at that. I've never seen that one before. I'm glad I didn't though, like it looks a bit weird. He has like the whole set. Rare sect set. Okay. Show off Region will be playing the Sven for Pulse. Now that Wagamama is not here, Wagamama who has taken over the hard carry role from Region earlier on, but it will be a Region this time on the Sven. Darkseer will be played by the stand-in EGM, of course a player known formerly also to have played in Infused, or otherwise known as Dooney also. We're going to be having Mini playing the Witch Doctor, Pinoy will be playing the Windrunner, and last but not least is Fishbone on the Keeper of the Light. On the bottom lane in the meantime we see CRZ playing the Queen of Pain for virtus.pro, we have Airman playing the Lifestealer, it will be NS playing the Wisp, we'll have Santa on the Enigma, and we will see, oh, who did I miss? There we go, KSI will be playing the Lina for virtus.pro on the Radiant side. as we'll have these two on the bottom lane. It's gonna be a safe lane for them, then all safe lane on both sides, and it's gonna be a try lane here with the Lifestealer on the bottom lane there as well. Mid for the Queen of Pain and Enigma moving towards the top lane to have that as a solo off lane. We're gonna be having the Keeper of Light, of course, supporting with the Witch Doctor for the Sven on this top lane, who already picked up a shield, so it's gonna be very safe and probably is expected to be up against that Enigma, which is actually a very annoying hero to be up against because, I mean, yes, if you can get lucky, if Enigma is not careful, he can feed his Eidolons and actually have or give away more farm than he is denying with his demonic conversion. Well, actually for now he's not going to do anything, or at least he's going to be sticking around in this jungle. We see KSI just clearing out the jungle, make sure that he can pull the creeps there, and stack both camps at the same time. And I mean, this is a bit awkward because I know we've seen lanes being left alone before, but I have to say most of the time when that happened, most of the time when Sven was left alone on a lane, it doesn't really end well. Sven is one of those heroes that is relying more on items than on levels, so you know, if you can shut him down slightly, it means a lot. It just delays his farm by so much, but he is now getting free farm, and this is something that is interesting. We instantly see Fishbone already. Well, he pulled once, but he decided, you know what, since there's nobody up against us, let's just not pull anymore, maybe only to try and get himself some experience, as we see Witch Doctor actually in the jungle farming together with the creeps that he pulled for himself also, and that's gonna be him getting some extra farm. As we have Darkseer trying to find out who he's gonna be up against. He now knows it. He has seen the Wisp. He has of course seen the Lifestealer, and he's probably expecting the Lina to be around here as well. Though Lina hasn't really showed herself just yet. Just like the Enigma, they've been in the jungle. Right now, it is Pinoy that sees it. Pinoy that sees the Lina, and they will be able to well, at least know what's going on, because Windrunner this way will be getting a lot less experience than she normally would have gotten, and we have seen this more and more, just trying to get that control over the map, trying to get the control over the lanes with just pulling wherever you can.
Too bad.
And well, it will hurt Pinoy a lot actually, if they can continue doing so, which of course is their plan. But we'll see how fast they actually level with this, because they are sharing the experience with the two of them, and that's not something that we normally see. As we see CRZ already down to only one tangle, but he will have a bottle now, so he will be full 2 HP soon again. No bottle up yet on a Windrunner. She does have 600 gold right now, so she could buy it if she wants to, but I'm not sure if she wants to, because Queen of Pain is one of those heroes that's very hard to get rune control against, as in Queen of Pain has just got the better rune control purely because she can blink, and we just already saw her picking up that regen rune. And it will be if Pinoy picks up a bottle, he's basically already doomed to just bottle crow it constantly. But he did pick up the bottle, so that will be that. And he'll already send it back as soon as he uses everything after the Shadow Strike is over. As we see EGM in the meantime pulling the stacks, pulling the ancients, making sure that at some point Sven will have those to farm. Sven, who is still very happy. I mean, we can kind of compare Sven to the Lifestealer, and Lifestealer is not having a bad time either. I mean, he is also free farming on that bottom lane, and so far it is only one last hit difference. So in that sense, makes no difference basically. With only Lifestealer being a bit higher on experience, purely because of course he has been against a hero at some point, while Sven has not, and you get a bit more experience if you're up against heroes rather than just creeps, of course. Well, in a way, that is. Oh, gang. Darkseer searching himself away, misses the Lina's out of that, but the block is there. Can he get away? The open wound slow him down. Wants to try to get away, has got another surge, 4 stack on Melina's done his first Dragon Slave, and that's gonna be the first blood. Airman picking it up. And that was just, I mean, they came from all sides. There was no way the Darkseer could have gotten away from that one, as he was kind of ballsy on trying to go for that. Without any wards here, knowing that there's 2 heroes in the jungle next to him. Slightly overextension, and he knows it too, and he's going to be going back though. Maybe being a bit more careful, perhaps, as soon as he shows himself again. They can do the same thing. They do need the Lina, but she is going back now, so he'll have some more freedom. In the meantime, top lane is being pressured. Illuminate's going through. They just decided to come out of the jungle also with their supports. Eidolon's being taken care of as well, and the tower will drop gold
Radiant's
gets
top
split up
tower has fallen.
because the siege creep takes the last hit, but that's the first tower going down, so one team takes the first blood, the other team takes the first tower, getting that extra, well, I was gonna say, getting that extra gold up on their supports on their entire team, basically. Very useful, as we have Windrunner herself away, bottle charges are empty again, as Queen of Pain also empty. We did see a lot of harassment, and the courier comes back to pick up the bottle once again. He only just brought it though, but it's Pino that's hogging the courier, and will just continuously bottle crowd, even though he was the one to pick up the illusion rune. Looks like, yes, he did. So at least he got one of the runes, and that's basically a small victory over the Queen of Pain, because as I said, normally she would be the one to get all the runes. It is that simple. Bottom lane in the meantime, they see the Darkseer once again. Will they go on it? There's the shadow, there's the open wound. Surges up though, trying to get himself away. This time there's no Lina to help out, but it might still be enough. Spirits will fly, and that will be Darkseer back at the safety of his own tower, as the last spirit is not reaching him anymore, and Lina not there to help out, to land a stun or two, because last time of course she landed two. Lina actually picked up some sentry wards to counter ward if there were any stacks being blocked there, but there was no wards on the bottom lane at all for Pulse. The only wards that they have were on the top lane. They were actually fairly aggressive. There was one right here, and the other one just disappeared. That was on the rune spot. No new wards up just yet, as the wards for the Radiant side are about to
middle
disappear
tower
as well.
is under attack.
Invisibility.
And Witch Doctor this time picking up the Invis rune again. A bit of a downside for Queen of Pain, a bit of a loss, as she has another one rune that she did not manage to pick up. Sentry ward instantly placed by the Lina, as they did of course see that Invis rune. But Mini, I mean, he's not risking anything. He's just going back towards the top lane. He also has sentry wards just in case his side got blocked by wards, but no. There are no spawns blocked by wards whatsoever. Both teams expecting it, but rather than buying the wards to block the camps themselves, they buy the counter wards to that was a miss. They buy the counter wards to stop the other team from doing that instead. As we see Queen of Pain actually already picking up the Sonic Wave at level 6, meaning that she might be trying to go for a kill pretty soon. We also have the Lina hanging around here, so looking for an opening. If Windrunner comes too close, if Pino comes too close, there will be a Shadow Strike from CRZ, and that might also be a Lina stun. Lightning Strike array to follow up on that one, and KSI, Dragon Slave, that could be turning into a kill. KSI actually went for the Fiery Soul, something that we don't normally see picked up that early, but rather having that level 1 stun at level 1 and having the extra movement speed, etc., what Fury Soul brings, then getting the extra damage for the stun. Going for a bit less burst, though of course if Queen of Pain goes for the Sonic Wave, more burst is not needed, because there's already plenty of burst. There's a stun. What did I say about burst?
It's not the heat, it's the humiliation.
That's what I said about burst. So stun hit, Sonic Wave, I mean, that was it. Kinda thought for a second that KSI had given up, but he just turned around and came in from the side, and well, around this minute of the game, like I said, no wards up.
Radiant's top
So
tower.
no reason for Paul to see that one's happening. Sven in the meantime pops his God Strength, wants to do some damage on the tier 2. There's no fortification anymore either, and Illuminate to go through. This might actually be the end of the tier 2 tower here, as we see the Darkseer in a lot of trouble. Black Hole being casted for him as well. He has a surge. Can he get it? He surges. No, he does not. Yes, it does. There's a surge. One more right click will do the job though, and it is. And Esna picks up the kill. So close. But that is the self helping out. Power shot not hitting anymore, and NS will be
Radiant's
safe.
top tower is under attack.
Black Hole being used for that, but the tier 2 tower drops as well, and the harassment is here on the bottom lane as well. Open wounds on the Keeper of the Light, who will go down to the Life Stealer. Stun lands on the Queen of Pain, so that Witch Doctor can TP out. Sven not so lucky, he will go down, and that's gonna be 5-0 in favor of virtus.pro, though the towers are in favor of Pulse. So if you look at map control, in a way, it is in favor of Pulse. It is very hard to make a judgment there. Let's just switch to net worth regardless, because that's gonna be the most important one here. But it is hard to judge the game based on what's happening right now. If if Pulse can continue with these pushes, they will get their extra gold up on their supports and they will be getting ahead. And we see the gold graph, it is in favor of virtus.pro, but by not that much, like 500 gold is basically nothing. As soon as virtus.pro starts taking towers, of course, that will be spelling a different story. Experience graph, no surprise, that's of course kills going the way of virtus.pro, so experience going the way of virtus.pro. And it looks like indeed, oh, smoke up, they want to do something, Illuminate will go off. And that will be Lina probably in some trouble here. Surge afterward, Lina stun, not hitting anything, nice dodge, and there's the healing ward helping out. Feather is there, he will not be able to get him away though, he is still not level 6. Mini now has to back off because tower is attacking him. In the meantime, Queen of Pain coming in. Finds himself a target, already picked up the Darkseer, now looking for Fishbone, has got a blink again in 3, has got a Sonic Wave now as well, but here comes the Sven, pops his God Strength, looking for a target, Witch Doctor still dies, looks like the Keeper of the Light drops as well. Will Region be able to do something here still? There is the stun, another stun to follow up though. Region is gonna be dropping, or is he? He might be, he will be. Here comes Pinoy trying to help out, but it's too late, and now Pinoy in the midst of everything. Oh, finally they get a kill. Lina goes down, which is all started with. But Pinoy, he does not have a TP, and he is gonna be in some trouble because the Malefice is there. Ooh. Still trying to get away. Featherstun will still hit though. Pinoy not going to be able to get away from this one and will be dropping. And that is everybody dropping on the bottom lane. Every single hero of Pulse went down for just one kill on the Lina. And right now, okay, I can say virtus.pro definitely in favor. The map control is no longer an issue at all. As we see Lifestealer highest up in net worth. He wasn't even in that fight. He is just killing off creep waves by himself, picked himself up a Hand of Midas, so more experience and gold going the way of virtus.pro that way. And they will also be able to take down a tower this way, because he just makes sure that there's no creep wave to distract this creep wave from taking down the tower. And that will be the first tier 1 tower going down, as the second might follow shortly.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Nah, I won't be on the bottom lane. They are backed off again from virtus.pro actually. Interesting to note, as we have Sven finding out that Lifestealer is still getting that. There's the Rage, he just wants to go for the last hit. Sven still gets it, and 9 though, big win. Here comes the Wisp, helping out. Wants to save Airman here. There's a Feather, there's a stun. In 9 seconds he has to hold on, 9 seconds he has to stay alive, not able to do so. Airman dies, and NS will die as well. Windrunner and Keeper of the Light picking up the 2 kills.
Oh, sad for you.
Overextension from virtus.pro, and the Wisp, I mean, it was a noble thing. He tried to get in there and then just tether, stay alive for 10 seconds and then come back and take the Lifestealer with you to safety, but instead they both died. Not ideal whatsoever. In the meantime, their tier 1 tower bottom got harassed slightly, as Mini is going to be the one that's going to pay for that one. He tries to do what he can though, but he is not going to be able to get a kill in here. He actually did not spec anything in his Melodic, no curse for him. With the curse that might have been able to be a kill, but this way it's just not going to happen. He did what he could though. I mean he may be forcing CRZ back slightly, but for now he's just going to be checking if there is a rune, and luckily for him there is. So that's going to be him getting a room back and getting his bottle empty again. Shackle does not let you on anything apart from creeps. Airman, level 10 by now, needs to use his Hand of Midas again soon. Is he going to use it on one of these creeps, or does he want to use a jungle creep for this? Interesting to see that he leaves it off cooldown for so long already. Nah, there he goes. I was going to say. We see Windrunner going for a mechanism. He's already picked up the phase boots. Having a good start. I really didn't look that much at the last hits that were happening in the mid lane, but she was on 37 for 6. And the Queen of Pain, who of course now got slightly inflated by all the Sonic Waves and stuff and by the screams, was 50 for 12, as we have Keeper of Light just being picked up there. And there's gonna be a Windrunner picking up a Wisp there as well, who was able to help the Queen of Pain. Not gonna be able to do anything there though. Queen of Pain actually herself TPing out before she saw the courier, by the way. Courier was flying here, as you saw. If Queen of Pain would have stuck around, that would have been a kill on the courier, but Queen of Pain, she was safe rather than sorry, and of course was able to get out of there with the TP. But a 1-for-1, Whispers the Keeper of the Light, fairly even trade if you look at it like that, as we have an open wounds on Mini right here. Will there be something to help out? There's CRZ trying to help out as well. It will be Mini that still dropped, so, and there is the Tether stun up on Pinoy. Here comes Santa as well. I don't think Pinoy's going to be able to survive this. He's going to try though, but it's not going to be of any good. CRZ picks up the kill, unstoppable, as this Queen of Pain has been in 10 kills out of the 14 and has not died yet a single time. Impressive play coming off from him for sure. And we have the ancient stack still being done. This is, by the way, the same stack. I mean, this is the guy that's supposed to be able to turn everything around for Pulse. He did pick up his Mask of Madness. He's died twice though. He's been in 3 out of the 4 kills, which is actually pretty nice. I guess 75% involvement rate, but not ideal. As I've never seen a lifestealer with a haster. Look at that. Looks like he's a galloping horse, but then in lifestealer form, it looks kind of funny. It looks kind of funny. It does. He's gonna find a target. He's gonna find 2 actually. TP incoming here for the Windrunner. Trying to help out. It's already the Spenders down. A little bit of blade helping out there. Pinoy getting stunned up. TP'd in just to die. Or will he try to Windrun himself away? Here comes the Queen of Pain though. One scream. That's it. EGM goes down as well. Lifestealer reinfest doing the job. And that is three quick kills. 4 versus 3. No chance there for
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
for Pulse. As we just seen KSI doing a stun and a Dragon Slave over nothing at all. With Queen of Pain picking up the last hit for the tower. And there goes the Wisp. He wants to go for Mini. Mini once again by himself. He is gonna drop. No questions asked. And that is the armament completed up on the Lifestealer, by the way. Killing spree for the Lifestealer, who is 5-1 right now. 2,500 gold in his inventory. You have the gold graph spiking up so fast. Towards the 10k experience. Towards the 10k gold, because experience is far over 10k. It's already going towards the 15k in favor of Virtus.pro. They are, of course, 14 kills ahead, as we have Wisp going for an urn. I mean, he's not really gotten that much. He's been involved in half of the kills that have been done so far. Has died twice. But yeah, he's got boots. He's a happy one. I'm actually quite surprised they've been able to gank so well with no wards on the map whatsoever for the Radiant side. It is, I mean, with the Wisp TP, you normally go for map control to take down the, of course, the strays that are walking there, just to make sure that nobody is comfortable to walk alone.
Dire's top tower is
but they don't need that apparently. They can get the kills regardless, just on the lanes. Now it is still Pulse has taken care of the ancient stack, so will be Regen is gonna be getting a lot out of this one. He now has enough gold for his Minthor hammer, so his BKB is one step closer to that one. Windrunner also closer to her mechanism with that, and of course the experience graph will be going a bit towards their favor as well, even though the rest of Virtus.pro, of course, farming still in the meantime, so it's not going to be that much in their favor. As we have Enigma finishing up his mechanism, he's got his overclub as well. And that's going to be the start of his BKB, because there's not that much that can stop him from black holing, to be fair. He can just continue casting if he gets everybody in the hole, and otherwise BKB will do the trick for most of it. Meantime, bottom lane looks like they want to continue. I mean, Pulse started with pushing down the top lane very hard. After that, they haven't been able to take down any towers, apart from this one right now. Fishbone picking up the last hit for that one, but they might be trading a tier 1 tower with that, because a tier 2 tower with that, because there's 4 heroes here of Virtus.pro, and if they can look for a fight, and they are. They're gonna TP right here. Open wounds. Fishbone, you are one dead horse. With the man on top of it, I guess. One that elder. Gandalf. He's dead. Keeper of the light. That's it. And this is a dead tower as well. And this is Pulse, well, just being behind. Just putting it that way. It's gonna be tough for them. They don't have that much of a team fight. Not compared to Virtus.pro anyway. And they rely a lot on this Regen right here, who pops his war cry to make sure he gets away from the Queen of Pain with a double damage wound, which is of course very painful. Queen of Pain, who building towards a sheepstick, almost has it complete also. Sheepstick just to make sure, like, if Sven gets big enough, you want to be able to sheep him. It's that simple. And that is gonna be, she's gonna be able to do that soon. Of course, Sven will have a BKB, so he will have some time to attack his opponent. But it is still not gonna be, it's not gonna be easy for him regardless, as we have a Desolator completed up on the Lifestealer. That is gonna be his item, and they are gonna go for Roshan. As Wisp is gonna go up on the high ground. Doesn't see Sven TPing out. If they did though, Sven, of course, on low HP from taking down the Ancients, who, by the way, he now almost has a BKB. Just needs about 150 gold, and he has the recipe for the BKB. But they won't be able to do anything against this. They won't be able to do anything against the Roshan, who's being taken care of right now. They might try though power shot to go through. They do see Airman right there, and now also very low on life as well. And they will go in on it. There is the Illuminate going through, and Roshan being left alone actually, and even so, Virtus.pro, even though they're very much ahead, they are still being careful. They make sure that they're not going to be caught out of position, and they have smoked up, and they're going to go in with fight, and they want the fight. They just want it on their terms. Very simple, and here they come. Who are they gonna find first? They of course went past the smoke. There goes the feather stun. It actually finds nothing whatsoever. They do now find the witch doctor, who pops a healing ward. Is he gonna be able to get away though? Queen of Pain can just blink a Shadow Strike if she wants to, but I don't think she wants to spend the mana. There she goes. There he turns it into a piglet, and that's Minnie gonna be going down. Monster kill for the Queen of Pain, who of course still hasn't died yet. Just pointing that one out. And the rest of the team of Pulse trying to do something in return. They will be able to pick up Alina again, and now B can be activated on the side, but look at the damage going through from Airman, it's just too much. And the Sonic Wave will clear off the Darkseer. Fishbone trying to run away from this one, 3 for 1 already. Darkseer wall being put up, but they don't care about that one, they just want the Roshan, and they will be able to get it as well. And Queen of Pain not able to be successful in her chase, but was able to be successful enough. Radius picks up the kill of the Roshan, as well as Lifestealer picking up the Ancient.
Regeneration.
It's gonna be more difficult for Pulse to come back from this one. The longer they, they get on without a good fight. They need a couple of kills. It's just what they need. Shackle, Latches. That's so nice and stuff.
Oh, look at it go!
There's a couple of orbs hitting. Spirits, power shots go through, but they are still wanting to fight. Illuminator goes through, actually does a lot of damage to the Enigma, and we have an open wound coming up here, and this is already Keeper Flight. Already going down. Airman doing the job. Stone landing on the Queen of Pain. Region wants in. 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hit, and that's gonna be the kill. Should be the kill. It's not the kill though! Queen of Pain able to stay alive. Spent not so lucky. Black Hole being casted, holding EDM in place, and his life stealer that gets the triple kill. Pinoy now on the run. He's being slowed down by the Shadow Strike, but runs into his own base and will be able to stay alive. 4 heroes dead on the side of Pulse. I can't believe even that Queen of Pain did not go down. Lifesteal now picks up the last hit for the tower, as if he didn't have enough gold already. It is almost 4k gold in his inventory, and he now just sets his mind to the tier 3 tower. There's no fortification left on Pulse. Overcharge is there, and they just want to go for the tier 3 tower, for the barracks. Pinoy cannot do that much. Shackle, Ledges on the Wisp, power shot. Not gonna try. Mini coming in, still doesn't have his point in Maledict. Gets the Surs, tosses out a paralyzing cask. Doesn't really bounce that often though, just once. And now Wisp in some trouble. Stun will be incoming from Sven as soon as he's in range. Can he do it? There goes the rage and the open wounds, and this is something. You have 5 heroes running in here. All of a sudden, 1 Nyx with rage and open wounds comes in, and everybody backs out. Not something that you see every day. Of course, this Nyx is a special case because he is very farmed. 4,800 gold, almost 5k gold in his inventory. And he is just gonna continue farming. They're actually gonna push out bottom lane. They're thinking, you know what, we have still a tier 2 tower standing here, so let's just take that one down, get our advantage to the max before we start pushing into the barracks. I almost said tier 3, but the tier 3 in the mid lane is already gone. Wisp TP's here. It's gonna be Regen, Laguna Blade, 1 more hit. Wisp picks up the kill, easy kill for that one, and that's gonna be the last Ancient being taken care of by the Wisp, or by the Radiant. I don't think that was the Wisp that picked up the last hit there. But yeah, as the chat already says, it is a fairly one-sided game. It doesn't mean that Pulse is out of the game though. I mean, we have seen it before. They have the Sven. I know, the chances are slim.
That was the
as
sound
Windrunner
of
dies to
your
a double damage
death.
Queen of Pain, who's got already 3,900 gold already. But, I mean, they have this fight. If they can get a good fight off, if they can catch some people of the virtus.pro out of position, they still have a fairly decent shot. For now, they have to just hold back and hold on. I mean, they have a Keeper of the Light, they have a Witch Doctor, and a Darkseer, and a Windrunner. 4 heroes that are very good at turtling. As long as the heroes don't die, which is Fishbone, which is now gonna do. So that's kind of my point being moot again, I guess. But we're still gonna see it through. Fortification goes off here, making sure that well, they get the lace to lightly, so the Keeper of Light has a chance to come back into the fight before the fight's actually over. The barracks will be taken down. Shackle will latch on the clean and pain and the lifestealer. Nice job there, but it will just be delaying the inevitable open wounds up on EGM. And here comes a blink in by Enigma. He wants to do a black hole and he actually does it, but it wasn't even needed. Parisian drops. Pinoy, Windwalk. Can he do something? Here comes Fishbone again. Doesn't have his ultimate off though. Open wounds coming up on the side. GG actually being called. Pulse not able to withstand the might of virtus.pro in this game. And this was a StarLadder game, Season 4. That was very one-sided in favor of virtus.pro. They were up against Pulse with 2,500 gold in favor of them. Over 30k experience in favor. And that was it. And I have to say, leaving a Sven free farming apparently not as dangerous as I thought it would be. Of course, taking the advantage on all the other lanes with good movements, good ganks. And Pulse just not having that much of a chance as we have Mini being turned to pick stage. He's still going back. Waiting for everybody to disconnect so the throne can explode. And there we go, Mini disconnecting as well. My name is Sheever, I am a Ghost of Gamers caster. And if you want to support me, please subscribe to my YouTube. It's youtube.com/SheeverGaming.
Tower is under attack.
And well, you can also follow me on Twitter if you want to, which is also SheeverGaming, and Facebook also SheeverGaming. I know I'm very original with these things.
Is under attack.
We're gonna have another game coming up in 15 minutes. It's gonna be Pulse taking on. I know it. It's gonna be Pulse taking on Evo. So that will be the game coming up next at 6. So stay tuned for that one, and I will be right back.